Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry we missed you last week. Billy was a little under the weather, but we got that all situated now.
All right.
All right. Que lo que, papi? How are
Get
you?
okay. I feel like, you know what? I'm
Every
tired of
time.
that.
It's always Dominican.
I'm tired of that shit.
We can't help
No, it's not just you. It's every comedian who loves me respectfully. I hope you love me. No, I don't. But they all, get okay, papi.
Yeah.
And like, you do the best one, though.
Because I'm in my soul.
You're a little
soul.
Latin.
Yeah, it's
You're
in
a little
there.
Latin, so you kind of get it.
Right.
But a lot of people are like, K-Lo K. It just doesn't sound good.
K-Lo K.
And it makes me want to, like, punch something. I'm not going to punch a comedian, though. Don't worry.
Because they can't fight, most of
We'll
them.
see what Antonio does, though. Let's see.
What'll I do?
Nah, you're like
you're
a
gonna
fighter,
fight me?
though. No, you're like a fighter. Like, you're legit, like I saw a video of you, like, sparring with some dude, but
Yeah.
in your eyes was, like, bloodlust.
He's Dominican, too.
Yeah, and you wanted to fuck him up. So I don't want to be part of that. I don't want no hands.
I want to do
I don't want no hands.
a comedian fight club, but not like a...
You know why that's funny, right?
Why? Because
y'all don't work out. There's like 5% of comedians who might be able to lift 50 pounds, maybe.
And that doesn't even matter.
And that doesn't.
In a fight, you know?
It doesn't, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like.
But there's a few of us that train that I would want to get involved in on it, you know? And not like a legit, not us.
Yeah,
It's not like the movie. We're not going to be beating each other
Do you
up.
know who I would want to see you fight in comedy?
This is a good start.
All right, let me see who I don't like. You know who I would not mind you fighting?
Yeah.
And I don't know why. But like you and Riyadh.
Why? He's such a nice guy.
He seems like someone who would get angry and like muscles just like engorge.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Listen,
I'm not saying
Riyadh.
you have
Riyadh,
anger
I love
issues.
you.
I'm just saying like
Riyadh's a
you're
great
like
guy.
under all that sweater like
You think
wears.
he's ready to go?
Yeah, I think he's
Maybe.
like I think so.
He's pretty chill, though. But then again, a lot of people that know how to fight are pretty chill.
Because they know how to fight.
Yeah.
Like what was that saying? Like, oh, if you can control the beast, you can use the beast whenever or whatever.
Yeah.
You like know when to use the beast.
Right.
And that's some I don't know Andrew Tate quote probably. I don't like that.
Well,
Well, let's scrap that. I don't want to sound like that. Red Pill. I mean, like to each their own. I'm just stay in the kitchen. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that whole comment.
There is some truth to, like, there's the quote you're thinking of. I think is a good man is not a docile man. It's a man that can turn it on and off. You know,
which is kind of accurate.
Peterson, right?
Peterson, another
Jordan
red
Peterson,
pill.
yeah.
Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I bought both his books in the pandemic. Well, I bought one.
The lobster.
The lobster thing. Yeah, the lobster. You know, like the lobster hides in a shell.
Yeah.
I just read like the first 20 pages.
Yeah.
And I thought, all right, that's the book. Like, that's the gist of the book. I don't want to read it. I'm lazy also. I'm very lazy. I like the first 20 pages.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think I need to read any more after. And I confirmed that like 2 months later.
When you tried again.
When I tried again, and I'm like, this is the same shit as chapter 1. But now you're just like talking about, which is okay. That's how most books are. Like, once you read the first 20 pages, you're like, I know where this is going.
That's like me with the Bible.
But you know, I just found it. We'll go back to the fucking Jordan Peterson thing.
Yeah.
But I was reading the Bible. I bought it over like the summer because I was like, you know, trying to find out whatever I was thinking at the time.
Mm-hmm.
God is real. Anyway, I was reading the Bible and I was telling a friend who goes to church that I was reading the Bible, and he goes, "You're not supposed to read it in order."
That's fucking stupid.
And that's what I fucking said. I thought that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm like, what are you talking about? What is this?
Well, it is all make believe, right?
I mean,
you
yeah,
can start
that's
wherever you
want.
want.
That's when I was like, all right, this is bullshit. Religion's bullshit. You gave me a book and you put it in the wrong order. The fuck? And then
I know. Imagine you read Revelations to start.
Yeah, you want me to find God, but you want me to put a jigsaw puzzle together.
Right.
What the fuck?
Right.
And
I think it's worth reading that stuff just to
see.
You see, there's like the action version of the Bible,
What
and
do
it's
you
all
mean?
like cartoons.
Whoa.
Get the fuck
That
outta
sounds
here.
like
Yeah,
fun.
it's like a dumbed down version for like people like us.
Bible
to
for
read.
dummies?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Veggie Tales.
So you mean the Bible?
Yeah.
I'll find the pictures. Right?
Remember Veggie Tales back in the day?
Veggie.
Remember the little cartoon with there was a
Yeah,
tomato
yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
cucumber or whatever? That was like a Bible thing. That was about That was a Catholic
you know,
thing.
I read somewhere that almost all stories come from the Bible.
It's just, yeah, I mean, it's a big story.
It's like, because
Right.
it's all, like, what is that?
What is this, the graphic novel
Like
version
Lion
of the
King.
Bible?
The Action Bible.
The Action Bible.
Like
Wow.
Lion King is Cain and Abel or some shit.
No, Lion King is Macbeth, I think. But you might be right, too.
I think I might be right, though.
Yeah.
Because it's about the brother who's like, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
kills his
yeah.
brother.
Right.
Right?
That is true. Wow, so this is like a comic book Bible.
Yeah, it's like a comic book laid out Bible, way dumbed down into like
I hope it
modern
has action words like pow.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
modern English, not like
Bam.
written all like.
All scary.
When Jesus got nailed to thump thump.
They had a nail gun.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It shows everyone fucked up at the wine, the water in the wine, the wedding of Canaan or whatever.
When he turns water to wine.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
Everybody's got like, yeah, that's fun.
That's
pretty
fun. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That would actually
it
make
probably
me go to
helps
church.
people.
I think
Yeah. If the Bible was fun.
if the pastor was like, and God said, "Thump thump." You know,
What is this?
It's the same thing, but the illustrations and shit look way cooler than like anything you would.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What the
Someone
most
spent
epic
time.
story ever told.
It is true. I mean, it is a good story. I think that's what the main value of the Bible and religious texts are like.
Yeah, like this makes Jesus look like a superhero.
If
like,
Marvel
right.
adopted this comic, they could get back on track.
You think? I think they already got a little religion going already.
You think so?
Marvel.
Yeah,
yeah.
you think they got a little religion?
Oh, for sure. How else do you get big swaths of adults to watch superhero movies?
You're right.
Yeah. For years and years and years and years. Fucking when did the first comic books come out? The 50s? The 40s?
If you think about it, how many Batmans have there been?
Fucking double digits. Easy.
And it's the same story.
Yeah.
But
Spin-offs.
they keep going.
Cartoons.
And they keep breaking records.
Yeah.
Same thing with fucking Spider-Man. They literally made a Spider-Man movie with all three Spider-Mans.
Right.
And there were Spider-Mans before that. Wait,
People
what?
wear shirts.
No, right?
There's a
Spider-Man
Star
is
Wars.
relatively new,
There was
right?
animated ones though.
This is a Star Wars religion.
There's a Star Wars. Isn't Dune the next one?
What do you mean?
Dune is like the rip-off of Star Wars or some shit.
I didn't watch any of it, so I don't know.
Dune with like the what's the guy's name? Timothy
Chalamet?
Yeah, that the girly guy.
The girly guy that
I
all
call
the
him,
girls
he,
like.
He looks a little girly. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's mad pretty. No, pause. But like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to be if you're going to be a famous
No.
leading man,
I don't
you know?
I don't think that role needed him to be that pretty. I'd be honest with you.
You think? But it helps.
You swap him for Michael B. Jordan, better movie.
Well,
That's
he's
my
handsome
opinion.
too.
Yeah, but he's not pretty.
You don't think so?
What is he?
Handsome? No.
I think he's pretty.
You think he's pretty?
Yeah. If you, I mean, listen, you don't need a handsome.
I don't think
leading
guys
man.
should be talking. I guess we shouldn't be the ones to judge.
Yeah,
who's pretty.
Of course we should be. We know.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
We know. I guess we do know what pretty looks like.
Yeah, pretty
All right.
privilege. We know when there's a guy that walks in, that motherfucker's pretty. He's got the privilege.
Yo,
you know?
I was watching some clip yesterday. It was like some stand-up comedians talking on a pod, kind of like us, but more successful.
Sure.
I'm not trying to shit on anyone, but this guy was talking about like pretty privilege comics.
Yeah.
And I'll send you a link after. But he was talking about how pretty comics never get told when their sets are actually trash.
Yeah. Well, that's their whole life. Pretty people in general, they don't get told anything.
They don't get told anything.
Yeah.
But then ugly people, they don't get told like anything at all. So they have to figure everything out. Right? You know that expression, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I feel like if you're pretty, you're like, the nice thing you say is, no, you did well.
Right.
No, that was fine.
Yeah.
Keep doing that. Anyway,
Yeah, it's true.
I guess Michael B. Jordan's pretty.
But it's but now it's like all the fields that were once supposed to be for quote unquote ugly people. It doesn't matter anymore. There's fighters in the UFC. Women are like banging.
Because I literally think social media is like...
Oh, yeah.
Because like social media is an extension of Hollywood to me.
Yeah, I mean, it might be bigger now.
Because this is my take, sue me. I think everyone in Hollywood is somewhat attractive at the minimum. I don't think there's an ugly person in Hollywood.
Unless they play a specific role.
Even then, though, even then, you isolate that person from the movie and put them in the real world. I don't think they're that ugly.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to... Even though in the movie or whatever the fuck you're watching, in the context of that film, everyone in Hollywood is pretty much banging. They're hot. They're cute. They're attractive. They're funny. They're, like, easy to look at. In the movies where you're like, that's an ugly role, they're still pretty attractive.
Yeah.
And I think that's crazy.
But now, social media changed that.
A little bit, yeah.
Where, I mean, obviously there's still plenty of pretty people. They make a lot of money.
But you
and they got
can
a lot
now
of followers.
go...
But you can also be a regular-looking person and be famous as fuck for nothing.
For absolutely nothing.
You know?
And then all the money you get from the streams, you just BBL your shit, and then boom, boom. I'm not trying to...
You're beautiful.
Guys can BBL too. This is not a woman.
BBL for guys is the hair. Just go to Turkey, get some hair, you know?
I'm going to do that shit.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You think you're going to have to someday?
Yeah, my confidence is all in my hairline.
So you think that when it starts going back, you're going to need to...
Dude, it was like literally a week and a half ago before my haircut. It was bad. It was like 3 weeks. And I couldn't talk to girls.
Really?
Yeah, I had like a crisis. I was like, yo, why am I so lonely? I had got the haircut same day. 2 Instagrams, 1 phone number.
Wow.
Next week, a date. The day after.
It's the hair.
Bang, bang, town.
You're like Samson from the Bible.
Exactly.
There you go.
So, imagine if I went bald.
You're fucked.
I'm fucked.
You might like being bald. Completely bald.
I think, because I think you explained like you had like a freedom of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be the only thing
That's
that
the
makes
thing.
sense for me. Because I worry about my hair, but if I had none, what's there to
You don't
worry
worry
about?
about shit.
You worry about other shit.
But it's also like, if you're watching your hair dwindle, you're like, ugh, I gotta do it this way today, and I can't wear a hat in the wind, and it's like, you're thinking about it more than anything else.
Dude,
you know?
I used to work at a bank, 9 to 5, lost mad hair.
Really?
And I didn't even realize that it was like real until I
Stressed
quit the
or-
job. Stress.
Really?
Straight up stress.
At a bank?
9 to 5, shit was stressful as fuck. Mostly because the manager of the bank went on like sabbatical. She had like a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
And she wasn't there
Wow.
for 4 months.
She
So,
lost
like-
some hair too.
Yo, she lost a grandma.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
that's-
okay.
She did lose something.
Yeah.
And probably her hair. But she wasn't there for 4 months. So all the new people who got hired, zero idea what to do. We all stressed the fuck out. I lost hair. I quit that job 2 months later. My shit starts growing back. I'm like, oh, I'm never doing banking again.
Interesting.
Like, there's no money that's in the bank.
As a teller, you were a teller?
I was no. I'm sometimes it feels like
Short
really
staff.
fucking I feel short staffed or some shit. But I was mainly like opening accounts, closing accounts.
Oh, that's a little better.
It was better, but like I don't know what happened. Everyone in that neighborhood was getting scammed by like callers from India, so like they were losing money.
That's never gonna end.
That's never gonna
No
fucking
matter
end.
what we do.
Okay, you know what? Fuck the bank real quick. What do you guys do when you guys get a scam likely call and it's one of these motherfuckers from I'm assuming India that are like, hey,
Nigeria.
or Nigeria or wherever the fuck they're scamming from, their scam centers.
Yeah.
What do you guys do when they call? Do you guys go,
I
oh,
answer.
fuck off? No.
I try to keep them on the line as long as possible.
Ah, that's fun.
Fuck
That's
with you.
genius.
Give me that me up. I fuck
That's
with you. That's
fun.
genius.
Yeah.
If you couldn't prevent them,
Waste their time.
you're going to heaven.
A
What
waste
about
of
you?
time is good. See, I don't answer anymore because a bunch of years ago,
What the hell did you do?
what is it, 8 years when I was 19, I got transported in an ambulance that I never paid for. So I would always get calls from them, and they'd be like, "Is Antonio there?" And I'm like, no." So I would hang. So now I think they stopped. I could probably answer if I wanted to, but yeah, for a while they were calling me and hounding me.
For stuff like that, you say you're dead.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Oh,
ambulance
he's
doesn't
dead.
work.
He's dead.
that's actually genius.
You have to pay for the ambulance. I'm dead.
Yeah, Antonio died.
Didn't work.
This is a
Who you
number of
looking
a
for?
dead.
William? Oh, he's dead.
Hey, is Mr. Barbosa that? Which one?
My father
Deceased.
or my brother who died.
I'm a ghost.
yeah,
I
yeah.
What I do is I play along. Depends on what I'm doing. If I got time, if I'm at
Yeah,
work,
you
then I
fuck
pick
with
up.
Right.
Because work is boring. But if they call, I'm always like, hello. They're like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Do you have this car warranty thing?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, wait, which car do you have on file? He's like, can you verify your VIN number? I'm like, oh, let me go look for it real quick. And I just put the phone down.
Take forever.
No, I put it on mute. I put the phone
yeah.
down. I go make some tea, some bullshit, take a shit, something.
Yeah.
And I come back like 5 minutes later, like, are you still there? I found it.
Right.
And they're like, oh, great. They're like really upset. Not great. What's the VIN number? And I'll be like 554, whatever the fuck.
Come up with a random one.
Random number.
Yeah.
But I also say it really slow, like 554. I think this is a 0.
Yeah.
That might be a 7. Yeah, it's a 7. And then all right, great. Do you have a computer? And I'm like,
Hold on, let me check.
I'm like, oh my God, I have this really old laptop that I could
Yeah.
probably try firing up right now. And I go and do that, and then I just put them on hold again, and I go eat some Cheetos or
So
some
you
shit.
fuck with 'em.
And then just fuck with them. Usually, the longest I've ever done the call for is like 14 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. The shortest that they put up with that shit, 7 seconds. They already know.
They knew
Like
already.
they-
Last week I was at work and someone called me and I went over to our table saw and I turned it on and it was just in the thing and they hung
That's
up.
fucked up. Just to fucking pierce their ears.
That's
Because they
genius.
got those headsets
Little
and shit.
earpieces.
Yeah.
I hope they're noise canceling headphones that they use. Just so
Yeah,
like
so the outside world doesn't.
no, just so all of
impede.
it. Just all of it gets in your fucking ear.
I feel like it's not even people anymore. Anytime I answer one of those, it's a robot lady.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, I don't answer a lot, but when I have, it's like
I think they put their voice through a voice changer,
oh,
like an
that's smart.
AI voice changer.
Yeah.
I can totally see that. Like if like they have like their accents and they're like, now I want to sound like Susan from Long Island, right? Then they just AI that shit and it comes out, oh, hi, how are you? Because this happened to me a few times.
Soon they won't even have to have a person
No, they won't.
do it. They'll have the AI, the bunch of numbers.
You know, you could talk like that. You could do that voice chat with AI. You have to pay for that shit. Most
Wait,
apps.
what are you saying? What do you mean?
Like, okay, if you download Chat GPT,
Yeah.
right? Is it GPT?
You got it.
Yeah.
GPT. I feel like that's my only Spanish accent. GPT.
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 Yeah.
GPT. Anyway, if you talk to Chat GPT,
AI.
You got it.
Chat GPT.
If you talk to
Fuck it. AI. I'm using what you just said. You could voice chat with AI in the app
Yeah.
if you pay like a premium or something. And then you could talk to it and it'll reply to you with an actual human voice. It's mad weird.
Yeah.
Like I asked it, I was like, hey, what should I have for dinner? And they were like, how about a salad? I was like, you skinny bitch.
Mofongo.
That's crazy. A salad? Yo, AI is not friendly. What the
Huevos
fuck?
con salami.
Huevos con salami. I wish ChatGPT was fucking Italian or Dominican.
You could probably make it that way.
You think so?
Yeah.
Be a Dominican AI. Be a Dominican woman while I talk to you.
Now
okay?
you can send an audio file. There's AI programs where you sing. You can sing a fucking your favorite song, and it'll come out like perfect, like beautiful.
That's crazy.
It's wild, right?
That's crazy.
That's nuts. We're fucked.
Not it. Okay.
That's catastrophe.
Nah.
We're ruined.
Speaking of, all right. So we were talking about before the pod thing, the California thing.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Fire. Don't. Hell's Kitchen is a new season of Hell's Kitchen.
That's crazy.
Going on
I didn't
over
know the
there.
context of what you were doing. You're
Gordon
just like,
Ramsay.
fire. I was like, who's rooting for fire this way?
That's the theme song to Hell's
I
Kitchen.
never watched that shit.
Oh, great show.
No, I watched like old retro hood shit,
Like
like My Wife and Kids.
okay, I
You
like
know?
that.
Yeah,
The Tisha Campbell
Pimp My
song.
Ride.
Yeah, Pimp My Ride. Yeah, Pimp My Ride was fire, bro.
Oh, it was great.
Like we were kids on the block. We could never afford that shit. Like
Dude,
the
I
cars
remember
like
being a kid watching that show and being like, I hope I have a piece of shit car one day.
100%.
And I can be on this show.
Bro, I used to like walk to school and I would see like those cars for sale on the sidewalk. Like people would marker their fucking cars like for sale, and I'm like, that piece of shit could be fucking gold one day.
Yeah.
It might be worth that $4,000.
And I did have a piece of shit car, but the show was canceled by then. So
Fucking stupid.
it happened.
You
That's
fucked
like
up.
Boy Room, though. Pablo, he went on that shit and he came up. He got a fucking
Yeah.
TV. He got a little motorcycle thing.
Yeah, what the fuck? And I think
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be on another show.
And they pay you,
He's
too,
good.
to go on that fucking thing.
One of our, I don't know if you know him, but you know Izzo.
H to the Hizzo. No, I don't.
Comedian. He was on that balloon pop show.
I don't know what that is either.
I guess it's culture.
I live in
Too
the
much
real
culture.
world, buddy.
Look it up. Look up balloon romance show. Look up balloon.
Oh,
pop,
yeah. Where they ask questions and they're like, boof, and they...
pop. Like, why'd you
Yeah.
pop his balloon? I
Yeah.
don't like his attitude or
Right.
whatever. And then, like, they'll unpop the balloon, be like, why'd you unpop your balloon? Because she kind of valid. Like,
Yeah,
she kind of
yeah.
look good. Like, everyone's... You know what's crazy, though? Like, they all say, I like her style. But we know you like her ass. Like she got the fatty. Like, you
Well,
know
they
what I'm
say
saying?
that, too. They're pretty blatant on there. There was one girl, it was a real big girl. She was like, oh, you look like you could pick me up. You look strong. The guy's
He's like, I'm not that
I'm not that strong.
That shit was crazy.
That's brutal,
Yo.
bro.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I love the internet, yo. I love the internet.
Yeah.
Uh,
You'd be blatant
alright.
as fuck now.
So I got a. So did you hear
Fires. The
what?
fires.
The fires?
You were talking about the
Oh, you
fires.
put the fires. So did you know like there was? So apparently California they cut their fire department
Yes.
recently.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So they didn't have enough fire fighters to help out. So they like even went to Mexico to ask them.
Hey, they'll work. They want to work.
And yeah,
That's
not just
right.
that, but ain't that some crazy shit? This country is like, nah, get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, wait. we're burning. Come back.
It's hot. You guys like the heat? Come on.
Yeah, you
Come
guys
help us out.
I work in a Hispanic neighborhood, and like all the Mexican clients are like, "Tú ve,
Yeah.
mira,
There's a lot of
no
money.
necesitan," right? And then they're like, "They need us." And I'm like, "That's facts." And then so apparently they also hired inmates
Oh, yeah.
who were firefighters
They've been doing that for years, though.
for years, and I'm like, I was thinking, I'm like, yo, if I'm an inmate who doesn't get a lot of like outside time,
There you go. I'm going to go fight.
I'm gonna pray for some more fire.
Absolutely.
I need.
Yeah.
Ain't that some crazy?
And they're not getting paid dick. They're getting
They're not
paid
getting
like
paid
$10 a
10
day or something.
Isn't it like 10 cents an hour?
I think it's like $10
It's like
a day.
25 bucks a day.
Yeah, so it's super cheap. But when they go back, they're going to get a lot of honey buns, a lot of ramen,
Yeah, like 5 honey
cigarettes.
buns.
They're going to be good.
Like 5. That's like 5 honey buns.
They put that on the
nowadays.
commissary.
Yeah.
be
Commissary. Yeah. You've been watching too much prison shows, bro. Look at the way he's smiling for commissary. They gonna get that. Do you know anybody in prison?
Right now, no.
Shout out Jesus.
Anybody that's Jesus
Shout
is
out
in there?
Rodolfo.
Ah.
But then again, like that was a long ass time ago. I
might
don't know if
be
they're
out.
still there. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, shot you out. But
No, I mean, I had there's a lady in my family whose husband went away for a couple years for some DUIs, a couple
Some what?
DUIs in a row.
why you say DWEs?
Because it's funny. Or DWI, right? That's the one while you're drinking.
All right, just all
Driving
right. I didn't know.
while
I just didn't know what
intoxicated.
DWs were. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Because you said DWs, and I'm like, that sounds like a cute little drug. You know, like oh, they're smoking some DWs.
Right, yeah,
They're
it
popping
does sound
DWIs.
nice. That's what everybody says when I say it. They're like, that's like too nice for what you're talking about.
That is way too nice for what you're talking about. DWs.
That's
Can
the
you
only
imagine a
guy.
cop pull you over?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna write you up. Here's a DWE.
You're like,
It's
Here's
not
a
a ticket
DWI.
thing. It's here's handcuffs you're getting in the back of my
yeah,
car.
exactly. That's how it works.
Really?
DWI.
You can't. You're drunk. You can't just keep driving.
All right.
They're like, now get out of here, you rascal. You silly little fool.
Hey, I pulled you over because you were drunk driving.
Yeah.
So get home safely.
Yeah. There was a time when that was like
Get
fine.
out of here.
You ever watched? You've probably seen the video where it's like the '90s, and it's like a town in Texas where they're making it illegal to drink while you drive.
They're making it illegal.
Yeah, this was like back in the
Oh,
day.
I think I remember what we were talking about. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
It's so funny, dude.
I think I remember exactly what
They're
we were
like,
talking
soon
about.
it's gonna be a communist country out here. You can't,
Yeah,
you can't drink
the
in
bumble-
your car.
I love those videos, bro.
Yeah.
Where like modern world hits like the suburbs of America,
Yeah.
right? Like not the suburbs, but like the rural, like disconnected parts. Like I think you showed me last time, like that family who fucks each other in Alabama.
Yeah. Well, yeah, kind of. A few of them fucked each other, and now they're all inbred.
Yeah, the inbreds.
Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The inbreds.
What are
yeah.
they? Odd family?
The Whitakers.
The Whitakers.
The Whitakers.
right. They live in Odd, Virginia. Yeah, we went over this a bunch.
Yeah. And I've been telling people that shit.
See
like
if you can
6
find the video of. I saw this one recently of a post office in Maine. Everybody's fucked up, dude.
What do you mean they're
Everybody's
fucked up?
drunk.
Oh, word?
everyone's drunk, like fucked up. It's like, yeah, you could probably find it. A post office in Maine back in the day. It was like the 90s or some shit, and everybody's in the parking lot getting hammered. And
like what, like tailgating in a post office?
Yeah, but they work there.
What?
That's the part. They're employees.
Like the USPS?
Yeah.
Like federal?
Oh yeah. And
like that's government.
And that's a government job. And they're just getting absolutely obliterated, dude. There's a guy like talking to people. He's like, "So when you got to go to work?" And he's like,
makes sense. Who's
right now.
They're probably not busy at all over there.
That's a good job to get hammered, though. You just walk around the neighborhood.
100%. How hard is it to be like, give me the envelope?
Yeah.
Put a label on it. Is that okay? Now what?
You don't even need to do that as the carrier. They give you the bin. You go to your little area.
I think we do the same shit, but what we do here is we just like get on the phone and gossip with our friends. Like all the USPS workers that deliver,
oh yeah,
they're always on the phone,
shit.
and talking shit. They be like,
right.
The other day, someone dropped in like mail into my mailbox, and they're like, "I don't understand why he talking shit. He wasn't even there for the thing. Hey, have a nice day, boss." So I don't even give a fuck, and he walked away.
Right.
I'll check Twitter because I can't.
Yeah, it might be on Twitter. I remember seeing it on Instagram or something. But
that's crazy.
And it's funny because I knew a kid. I used to work with a kid back in Rhode Island who was from Maine, and he said his grandfather was a booze bag who was also a postman. And I was like, this is probably the same.
You say things that I don't know.
He was an alcoholic.
Oh, booze bag.
Yeah.
It's like douchebag, but rhymes with booze.
No, it's a booze bag. He's a guy who's knocking it back.
This is probably it.
Yeah, this is it. It's kind of long, so let's see if we can get through some of it.
Italians.
We got cool sayings.
Booze
bro.
bag.
We say cool shit.
I fuck with that though.
There you go.
Oh, I'm gonna walk it. You know, booze bag.
Hold on, look at this.
What the hell is
We found more drinking and loafing going on here than at a fraternity cake party. They say you can learn a lot about a person by going through their garbage. Well, look what we found. By going through the trash inside the employee parking lot
he definitely
here at the main post office.
It's in his car.
He definitely collected that shit for the video.
Ooh. I hope it's real. Ooh. No, it's real. You'll see.
At the main post
Look at this
office,
guy.
booze
Oh!
is the beverage
Yeah, but he
of
looked like he
choice,
does that.
all hours of the day. It got so bad, supervisors called a special meeting to warn workers that the binges were getting out of hand.
To be fair, they're parked though.
That didn't stop these two postal employees from pounding down a few. It's only 10 a.m. and already this
40?
guy's enjoying
10
the
a.m.,
bud.
bro.
He chases it down with
Wait
some hard
till
stuff.
wait
and
till we get
another
for them
beer.
to talk.
Followed by
Yo!
some liquid refreshment
can't
from
be
a
real. This
second
can't-
liquor bottle.
Oh my God, dude! Look at
Days
that.
later, neither rain nor sleet nor snow kept the same postal worker from his familiar spot,
My boy
the parking
Wildin'.
lot, and his portable bar. You been drinking on the job at all?
My boy Wildin'.
Not long. I don't drink on
Nothing?
the job.
Okay.
Why they into it?
Not good for you, huh? Can't get the mail out drinking on the job, huh?
Not me. Peace, brother.
That's right.
Peace. It's my homeboy. You know what I mean? We're friends, man.
My homeboy, yeah.
Exactly, drinking buddies, especially after our
Yo, he about to make
postal
out with
worker
him, yo.
learned his
He wanna
work
kiss
habits
him.
were
I think he wants to
captured
fight
by
him.
an IT camera.
Yeah, he wants to fight
It's
him.
on tape.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us?
I really ain't got too much to say to you, man. I'll tell you what, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's mad.
Let go. The camera's on. Anything you do is going to be on camera. So,
Yeah?
now just let go.
Oh, yeah. Film it, brother.
Hey, insiders tell us supervisors are hesitant to enforce work
Yeah, pause that
rules
real
for
quick.
fear of their lives. We're
Dude,
told one supervisor
There's
had
one
a
guy
tire-
toward the end. That's
Why
fucking
he
hilarious,
acting?
dude.
Why he acting like it's 2024 with that? Oh, it's on camera bullshit.
Well, it is. It's on
Yeah.
the news.
Scared.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But what year is this? What year is that shit happen?
It says 90s.
Yeah, the 90s.
90s.
It looks
I don't
very
think.
90s.
I don't think there was I don't think there was a. Oh, it's on camera. By the way, kind of card you could pull back then.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe I'm tweaking. Maybe it's
No, I
the
think,
young
I
person.
think as
in
soon
me.
as cameras came around, people were like, "Let's relax."
but like-
listen, here's a funny thing that happened when me and my buddy Jake, we were filming a thing in Chinatown, like on the street.
Which one?
Which one? Which Chinatown?
Yeah, Flushing or Manhattan.
Oh, Manhattan.
Okay,
Sorry, I don't.
I'm from everywhere.
Gotcha. You're a man.
Respect
of the people.
Flushing, all right? That's the real China. I'm just gonna say that's the real Chinatown. Keep going.
Yeah. So we were walking around there filming shit, and the guys that come up with like the illegal, the fake shit, the boxes of fake shit
Yeah.
they try to sell you. We had a camp, every single one of them, bro. It
Like
was
the fake Coach bags and shit, right?
fake bat, fake
Yeah, okay,
Rolexes,
okay, I got you. Okay.
and they're trying to come up. They're It was like roaches when you turn the lights on. They all disappeared. Backs turned to us. They're all up against the wall, not looking at us, because we had a camera. They saw the like. We would be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Blah, blah, blah. And then they'd start walking to us, and they'd see our third friend, and he's got the camera, and he's like, "They'd turn around and walk away."
Yeah, I would turn around too. I'm smarter than
Cover
that.
their faces.
Take
yeah.
it. Take the shit. Take the bags. They're fake. We know they're fake.
Yeah.
Do you think there's like the people buy that stuff are plants, or you think they're just dumb?
I think
Or a third option, do you think they don't care that it's fake?
that's what it is.
I think that's the one.
I think
right?
that's what it is. I don't know if people are dumb enough to think that a Chinese guy selling you a Rolex is
There's,
like, this is a real
This is
$30 Rolex.
it's a Rolex.
That's awesome. This is Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. That's fucked up. All right, it's, I found.
This is gonna get us canceled before we get on SNL.
We'll get back to the cancel thing in it probably. But there was there's this hype beast YouTube channel that I used to watch, and this guy was talking about how people buy sneakers and they resell them for high prices and stuff, and he's like, you could really buy cheap knockoffs. They look almost exactly the same. Like you can't discern them unless you like inspect them real heavy, like listen to the way they sound, all this other stuff. And he's like, the only reason you buy the authentic ones is because it gives you like some kind of like validation.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, I care about the but it's like,
That's all
doesn't
it is.
matter.
Yeah.
Because they're made in China anyway. And like, no one over there was like, oh, this is a nice shoe. Like, no one was thinking the craftsman behind this shit.
Yeah.
And so he was talking like, if you can convince people that the fake thing you bought is real, who's the real winner?
No, it's true. That's like Ocho Cinco. He says all the shit is fake.
Or his jewelry's fake, right?
Yeah. He's like, it's all.
No one knew it. No one knew it was fake.
Yeah.
And if they did, no one said it. That
Yeah.
sounds lame.
It's just a status thing.
It's just a stat.
If someone could they just make the value, right? A Lamborghini is expensive because it takes a year to make one or something.
Yeah, some shit like that.
If some guy came up with a way to mass produce a
Lamborghinis.
car that looked exactly like a Lamborghini and charged $20,000 for it, people are buying it.
We'd all buy it.
Yeah.
We'd all Subaru. We'd
Yeah.
all buy it. I don't know.
But
if
then
Subarus
there'll
are
be
cheap,
some
but-
prick who has a real one, and he's like, "Well, that's fucking."
But that guy
Yeah.
is wasting his energy. That's my big point.
Unless the guy's super mega rich, then he's bored.
He's still. Oh yeah,
He's
he's
just
bored.
bored.
But
He's
you
like-
just gave him more fun. I guess that's true.
Yeah.
So I guess all right. Don't buy knockoffs because rich people would get upset.
We're defending rich people now. This
Yeah,
is,
hey. Bill Gates would be mad if
yeah.
you bought,
Save-
door computers.
Save the
Windows.
people
I was trying
in-
to make a joke off.
That's supposed to be Adele.
Yeah, whatever the Windows, right? That's what Bill Gates
Windows. Gotcha.
did. Is that Bill Gates shit?
Yeah, there you go.
Microsoft. So if he macro hard,
Mega
you know?
hard. Yeah, macro hard.
That's the opposite. Macro hard. I got a macro hard dick.
Yeah.
But what was gonna? Anyway,
You were just about to say fuck the rich people in Malibu whose homes are on fire right now. You were just gonna say that.
yeah, you
Buy a knockoff home in San Bernardino.
I love
Use
how
brick this time.
I love how
Yeah.
like my favorite thing about like people is that our problems are all relative to like our own lives, right? Until like some grand thing happens to all of us at the same time. But even then, it still like impacts us on a micro level. Like, okay, I'll give you an example. Some people lost their homes. Some people died. Right? That's sad. And then some people who are like rich would be like, I lost my memorabilia.
Right.
And I'm just like, that's a complaint.
Well, you could just look at it as dying in general. There's good ways to die and there's bad ways to die. Like, this guy died fucking on fire. That's the worst.
That's the worst.
You know, but this guy died in bed with his wife or something. You know, it's still a problem that we all face, but some of them are better than others.
You think people were having sex during the fire and they're like, wait, let me finish.
It's getting real hot in here. Baby.
Hey,
That's got to be awesome, dude. You can't stop. There's hell outside.
Like,
You got to keep going.
like you don't know if you're gonna like live. Like even if you do get even if you stop having sex, no guarantee
Yeah.
you live, right? So would you finish?
You finish. You got to finish.
You finish, Billy?
I'd evacuate a week before.
A week?
That's smart.
The second they say evacuate, I'm out.
You leave. That's a good
gone.
idea.
Wait a second. Before the fire started, they said evacuate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that shit.
How
But
the
people
fuck
are
they
like,
know?
it's
They
like
had a lot of notice.
It's like Momo's in Florida. Where
This is why I don't like science, bro. I don't like the fact that we can predict the fire a week before it happens.
we know
It was in the
who-
middle of nowhere, and then when it gets to the residential
Also, it
area,
already started.
yeah.
Oh, see, okay. That's not the question.
It was growing fast, though.
That's not the question I asked. I said they predicted the fire before it started. You're like, yeah. And then that's why they didn't evacuate.
Who
And I'm like, oh.
who predicted? Who did it?
Good question. Good question. Whoever has a weather machine.
Right, bro. That could be anybody.
That could be anyone.
Who knows?
I don't know anyone with a weather machine.
Hollywood's full of people who could own weather machines.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think there's a lot of people in that side of the country.
That's right.
I heard another theory.
That
It's
was.
'cause- You say yours first.
I was gonna say that it was started by. I don't know who, but started by not a natural thing.
Yeah, so mine's also that, but it's because like Diddy's house burnt down,
Okay.
and they were like, about to start the
Oh,
the,
right,
the
the
investigation
investigations.
like this week.
They're about to go through everyone's fucking house that Diddy ever talked to.
Wow.
And so apparently there's like mad evidence. And they're like, yeah, we can't hide it all. Burn this shit down. I heard that too.
Holy.
That's probably the most valid theory though.
Yeah, would they have gotten the evidence already though, or like were they
Nah,
still
government's
collecting?
slow as fuck.
Yeah.
Government is slow as fuck. Depends who they hire to get the evidence.
It's
you
a
know?
lot of fire for just burning down.
I also heard that.
some shit he's
They
already
could have
guilty.
just got a patsy to burn his house.
I heard that they were still like there's videos of people starting the fire on their own accord, like people trying to do shit to start fires.
Yeah,
and spread it.
there's a bunch of videos like
and,
that too.
and if that's the case, apparently insurance companies don't have to pay for the.
Well, they already said they're not gonna.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying
Which
if
is
there's
wild.
video,
Yeah.
there's video of people like maliciously, is that the fucking word?
Maliciously.
There
you go.
See, English. Maliciously trying to like spread the fire, burn the fire, then it like voids out the insurance, and we don't got to pay out shit
Well, that's
because
bullshit.
someone committed a crime. So you take it up with the government. Fuck off.
Okay, but if a tree, if some fucking kid starts chopping a tree down and it lands on your car, that gets covered. It's comprehensive insurance. That's just insurance companies saying, "Fuck you, we're gonna get washed on this big, massive fire. We're gonna lose a ton of money, so let's nip it in the butt now, and say, fuck y'all, we're not gonna cover."
That's crazy. So we're talking about displaced people, right? What it is,
Yeah.
who don't get money.
Yes.
That is crazy.
But to be fair, a lot of it is in Malibu. It's a lot of rich people. They're gonna be. They'll
you
go
see
do
Tim Dillon talking about it because his house burnt down.
his house burned down.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tim Dillon?
and I'll find his quote. That's fine.
yeah.
JJ Redick's house burned down.
Oh,
You
but
know what
see,
that is?
they're gonna be fine.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, it's still bad.
It's
You
still
gotta have
bad.
some empathy.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're playing a children's game for millions of dollars. You're
All
gonna
right,
be okay.
all right. This is all right. Let me know what you think of this situation. It's not a situation, but I was having a conversation with my friend. It's basketball related. You know Chris Paul.
Yeah.
You know Chris Paul. They
CP3.
CP3, or CP, right? Or they call him CP. My friend sent me a link to. You gotta bleep this one out. I think. I don't know. I don't think we
can't.
should.
We don't
But
do that.
my boy sent me a link to Chris Paul. It was a photo of Chris Paul, and it was like nicknames. It's like he's known as CP, CP3, and Child Porn 3.
Oh.
Right.
Or
I don't know if you gotta bleep
CPT.
that out. Or CP. And so I told my friend, I was like, yo, he was like, oh, I'm a big CP fan. I'm like, oh, you mean Child Porn 3? And I said it. I just said it.
Yeah.
And he got so mad.
He's like, don't you fucking say that.
He's like, that's insane. That's so fucked up. This is the worst thing I've ever heard you say.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm like, you have a lot of sympathy for a millionaire. That's he doesn't
true.
care about this nickname, bro.
He'll be all right.
He'll be all right.
Yeah.
What are you doing though? Like you're just like a loser in math. So am I. But like
Sure.
you're here, like with me. When he's out there making money doing this,
Right.
and you're like, don't call him that. You're coming to the defense. I'm like, yo, they're not. You know,
And we've also
Kendrick, they're not like us.
we've also had a lot of evidence to show that a lot of famous people like that kind of thing. Not saying that he does. Not a lot of athletes are involved.
And that's why I say don't defend the millionaires. Because one day, you're going to realize why they're millionaires.
Right.
Because they're fucking crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to be a millionaire. But I think I'll be crazy too by the time I get there.
Yeah. Well, you can do it in a way that doesn't involve
Yeah, like crypto and shit.
compromising children. You know.
I didn't even say. They call me AC. Alex Child. No, let's not talk about that.
Yeah. We can move on.
Yeah, let's move on. I hate the subject itself.
Back to the fires.
Back to the fires.
So you said that they're sending the fucking. Oh, you found the clip?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Tim Dillon. Shout out Tim Dillon.
Burned down. That I worked hard for.
Oh.
My house burned and I cried in the street because it was everything I had. Besides the other three. The problem is this. When I watched that house burn down, that beautiful Spanish style, and it just burned down, and that smell of the char in my nose. And then I go, can we speed the room service time up? Can we speed the time up? I feel bad for the people in the Palisades. Those zannied out driving in their Range Rover didn't deserve this.
He's a genius, dude.
Yes,
He's the
yes,
best.
yes.
He's the fucking best.
I like this.
But he's right. You
He's
never
right.
watched him?
A little bit.
Listen to his podcast.
You got a pod?
Oh,
That's
dude.
from his
That's
pod.
his podcast. Yeah,
Oh, that's his podcast?
It's so fucking good, dude.
That was hilarious.
He's
I
great.
think I've seen it. I've seen a few clips. He's that was funny. That was funny.
He no, not him. What was I gonna say?
Is he
About
from
the-
New York?
Yeah, Long Island.
Yeah, I can hear it. The way he complains is like that's the thing. The reason I wasn't like boisterously laughing is because that's how we just talk.
How you talk? Yeah.
That's just how we like. That's just like at a gas station. Like you see somebody
That's
and you
what that
complain.
guy- yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
That dude,
It's
he
accurate.
was selling subprime mortgages in like 2008 when the crisis was happening. That was his job before
Fire.
he started doing stand up.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's wild, right?
I like the vibe though. He's a cool vibe. Tim
Yeah.
Dillon. I'm gonna watch you.
Yeah,
Now
there you
on.
go. He's
All right, from Long Island. What part of Long Island do you know?
I have
I
no
think
idea.
Seaford.
Oh, okay.
South.
Seaford. I heard some crazy shit happen over there. Like,
Recently?
Yeah, no, like just like
In general.
in general. Look up Seaford crimes or some shit, and I'm pretty sure you'll find some
there's a
shit.
lot.
Yeah, look up Seaford Supreme Court.
You ever look up
Yeah, Island Park. So it's close.
Yeah.
Close to there.
Oh, that was the serial killer guy?
There
Is that
you
what it
go.
was?
Island Park, that serial killer, the
Yeah.
Gilgo Beach guy, was Massapequa, which is
Okay.
like a town over from me.
Gotcha.
Massapequa,
Yeah.
the Italians in Massapequa.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
Okay. Massapequa? I don't know.
Massapequa got Italians.
Yeah, a lot of them.
A lot of Italians.
Italians and Jews.
And yeah, that's like that's a good dynamic. I think.
Yeah.
I think
They
what's
argue
his
with each
name?
other a lot.
Sebastian Maniscalco talks about a dynamic between Italians and Jewish people,
Mm.
and it's just
Jews
funny.
work together. Italians work against each other a
Yeah,
lot of the time.
but they defend each other. Like they work against each other.
You know, when I first moved here, it's
Yeah.
funny that you say that. When I first moved here, I told my grandmother, it's like Brooklyn's very Jewish. And, I'll be at a bunch of different places, a lot of Jewish people. And the first thing she goes, that's a good people. They're making money, those people. They're good people over there, Jewish people.
Yeah. That's what my mom sounds like.
Yeah.
Because in Spanish it's judío, right? And so I'll be like, Mom, Midtown, a lot of Jewish people. Mucho dinero.
Yeah.
Es
Immigrants
puro
love
judío.
it. They love money.
Muy buen trabajo.
Yeah.
Right? A good job. And my mom was always like, when she retired, she wanted to like clean houses for Jewish people.
Ah.
That's like her dream.
To not get a tip.
That's her dream. So now I get a tip. I'm like, you're not gonna.
You know how hard it is to work for Jews? You ever work for Jewish people?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Of course.
tough.
It's all right. I worked with two brands of for two brands of Jewish people. I don't know if that sounds right.
Like
Just
types of Jewish people or
Like two
brands
different
that
Jewish
were
guys.
run by Jewish people?
Two different Jewish guys.
Okay.
And they confused the shit out of me because of how different they
They
were.
were different. All right.
Way different. Like one Jewish dude, it was at a supermarket in a Jewish neighborhood, and he was just like angry, but like quietly. Like if you came up late, he'd just write it down, and 3 days later, he'd come up to you and he'd be like, "You were late on Monday. That's not good because I paid you to be here early."
Calculated.
Right? And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "If it happens again, I have to let you go."
Wow.
I'm like, "Oh, that's very aggressive. All right."
Business. Straightforward.
The next guy I worked for was Jewish. He owned a restaurant in the Upper West Side, right? And he was like, "Hey, we need a server. Oh no, we need a busboy. So you gotta bring the plates to the table, bring them back, wash them."
Clean, yeah.
And I'm like, "All right, that sounds good. I could do that." And he's like, "All right, cool. You start today. So I started that same day. And then 2 days later, I was like on my phone while I was like on the way back to pick up the plates. And I'm on my phone and he sees me and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Nice.
And I was like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah.
He's like, "You fucking stupid? We got plates and shit out there you gotta pick up. What the fuck is this?"
That's the same guy. It's business first.
I'm looking
He's just a little more
I'm
loud.
looking at him wearing his yarmulke.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's way too much energy from the hat.
Right.
I've never had much energy. I was like, "Fuck out of here. I'm out of here. What the
Yeah.
fuck is that? You
You
gonna talk to me
dipped.
like that?"
Right.
And then he's like, "Fucking get out of here." And I just left. I was like, "That's crazy."
That's also restaurant employers as well.
It was like a burger joint. If I find a name, I'll let you know. Give it a bad review. Now, the food was pretty good. I mean, when you yell at like employees like that, they gonna make good food.
Yeah.
Like that shit gonna work.
Was it 5 Napkin?
Was?
5 Napkin? Is that what it's called? I think
No,
it's a
no,
burger spot in the Upper West Side.
Nah, it's some crazy. It's some crazy. I think they're trying to pretend that they're Italian style.
Oh, Italian
But like, it
burgers.
was all Mexican dudes in the kitchen, and the owner was Jewish. I don't see it Italian.
Right.
Unless you mix those two, maybe that's what it is.
What, Mexicans and Jews? Ah.
Could we say
Interesting.
that's what an Italian is? No.
That's what an Italian is.
Y'all looking at me like this is.
I was trying to do the ethnicity math, and
Yeah.
it wasn't working.
No, it wouldn't make any sense.
Where did they get the wife beating from? Neither side does that.
We were talking about weather machines.
Speaking of Jews,
I've been working on this bit. And
Oh, don't
it's,
waste it here.
It's not that good. By the way, I'm only like a year and something into it, and I realized after listening to so many other like comedians and like all this other shit, I'm still so fucking new.
Oh, yeah.
Like so fucking new.
Dude, I'm 3 years in. I still think I'm new.
You think so?
Yeah, because if you think of everybody
Yeah,
says
yeah.
it's like 10-year
years.
thing. It's like a 3 years.
10 years to even like click, like
to
for shit
even
to
be
click.
good at it.
For shit to click.
Yeah.
To be like, I think it takes like, this is my honest opinion. I think it takes like 7 years for shit to click.
Yeah.
10 years for you to have like, oh, that's how you write a bit.
If I'm being honest, I don't think anything takes that long. That's just what people say.
I also think that.
I think you get better, obviously. Obviously, you're better, but I don't think
You know
it
what it
takes
is?
10 years to figure
No,
something
I think
out.
10 years is just a nice round number for you to benchmark yourself.
Yeah.
For you to be like, I've done this for 10 years. Here's what I have to show for it.
Yeah.
But what you've done at 10 years, you probably could have done in 4. And you probably already did at 4. But you needed to hit that 10 and be like, no, it took 10 years.
I forget what the principle, the rule is. There's like one of those fucking whatever. It's got a stupid name attached to it. But it's like if you give yourself
Like rules.
yeah. The 10 Commandments. If you
12 pillars. Of,
it depends. It's like it's something along the lines of if you give yourself 10 years to do something, it'll take 10 years. But if you give yourself 5 years to do it, you'll do it in 5 years. Like think about it. You're busy. You have a busy day, right? You have an hour. You're like, okay, I got to clean my room, but I only have an hour. You're gonna get it done in an hour.
but then you're literally going to just use that hour for that.
But
you're going to the whole hour.
But if you have a day in total, you're like, well, I got a 5-hour block. I'm gonna clean my room. Then you'll take 5 hours.
I think you just equated accomplishing a dream to a daily agenda.
It's the same thing, man.
I like that. You have a dream.
I live
you
my
can do
dreams
it.
every
If you give
day.
yourself an hour, you can do it. You want to get a Netflix special? Give yourself an hour.
Give yourself an hour. You'll figure it out in an hour.
You'll figure it out. You're giving yourself a lifetime. That's too much time.
Think about the vaccine,
the vaccine.
the COVID vaccine.
We need. Look, vaccines take 5 years to develop. We'll
did
give you
it
a
6
month.
months.
we'll give you the summer. All right.
Yeah.
The second it gets a little cold, you should have it done. All
Exactly.
right. And they're like, all right, bet.
There you go.
And just like clockwork,
And they made a perfect vaccine that had no side effects.
you know what? You know what's so fucking funny about the stupid vaccine? Not stupid. Whatever. All right.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's been a while now.
All right. Here's why I think it's dumb. When I got the vaccine, I lied to get it. Cat's out the bag. So it was like you had to sign up, and the first ones to get it were like old people and people who took care of old people,
Yeah.
like nurses and old people. Those were the first ones to get it.
Least important groups on the
So
planet.
I lied and I said I took care of my grandma. My grandma died though, so like that was not
Yeah,
for
you
COVID,
lied.
but like way back.
Yeah.
I was like, I take care of a grandma. Does that count? And I walk in a city field. They're like, here you go, boom, get out. Right? It was that easy. Okay, my father wanted the vaccine, and I got the link for him. I made the appointment. He shows up to the appointment, and he's like, He comes back, and I'm like, oh, how was it? He's like, I didn't get it. I'm like, why not? He's like, because that was for Moderna.
Ooh.
I want no dumbass Moderna. I was like, this is how I know the vaccine's bullshit. This is why I know the vaccine's bullshit. The fact that we can choose a vaccine and we're looking at it like, nah, that brand is whack. Like that's how I know it's kind of bullshit.
Well, that's our psychology. We want choices. You know?
But you understand what I'm trying to get at, though, right?
Yeah.
We're
They
talking
were
about,
also structured way differently.
I know they're
the
structured.
vaccines itself,
I know,
the product.
and you could do your research and your advanced research and find the right one, blah, blah, blah. But he didn't do that.
No.
one did that.
He just didn't like the brand.
No one did that. We're talking about.
He's like, I don't like the name
He
of
said,
this.
I want Johnson and Johnson
Ah.
because I trust Johnson and
The
Johnson.
one with the most problems, oddly enough.
And there we go. This is what I'm trying to get at. I want Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah.
Because they made baby oil. I remember that. They made this and that. I remember
They're
this.
a family company.
Family company. They're family based. They would never hurt my family. And then he gets the shot, and he's like, thank God. He feels relieved. Yes. I can go out in the world and kiss people in the face and all that shit. And then it comes out, oh, there's only an 80% effective rate or
Blood
whatever.
clots. People
Blood
are
clots
dying.
and that. And he goes, oh, shit.
Not to mention, Johnson & Johnson paid millions and hundreds of millions of
get on the
dollars
market.
out for... No, I'm talking about for the opioid crisis.
Oh, I also heard they paid money to get it out on the market sooner.
The vaccine?
Yeah,
I
maybe
wouldn't
I read
doubt
that
that.
wrong.
I wouldn't doubt that. But what I'm talking about is when they got
opioid?
bagged. I think this was when I was in college. I read the story. A bunch of different states convicted them of purporting the opioid epidemic, and they ended up having to pay millions and millions of dollars to a bunch of different states
Oh, shit.
for just giving out. It's not hard to get that shit.
No, it's not.
You sprain an ankle. You're like, can I get Vicodin? And they're like,
Yo, yeah.
it took you so long to ask.
I thought you'd never ask.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You can just go into any doctor and be like, these are my symptoms. I want this.
Because they make money.
And they're just like, the patient's informed.
They get a commission.
They get a commission. You
That's
think so?
what it is. That's actually what it is.
Not, I heard that was outlawed. I heard that was outlawed. I heard. Chat GPT this
We
shit.
can look it up.
It's 1,000,000% confirmed.
Yeah. It's
I can look it up for you, but yeah.
let's
confirmed.
double check. Just
It's
let's
for
not
sure they get commissioned?
Of course.
It's
That's why they
not-
get you coming
It doesn't
back.
come as like a direct kickback, but yeah, from insurance companies, they get paid.
They get paid.
Oh, that makes sense. So the hospital doesn't pay them. But okay. But
No, the
the
hospital
insurance
pays them
companies-
too. It's
but
like
then-
extra. They obviously get a salary. Like a doctor gets a salary.
The pharmacists also like, say a script's written, they have a gag order. They can't tell you how much they actually pay for it. So like, say you have United Healthcare, you go and you just get like amoxicillin, like a really basic drug, and maybe it's $3 for them, but the pharmacy has a gag order and they have to sell it. Because you have United, they sell it as like $30. So they have to sell it to you for $30 just because you have United Healthcare.
Yeah.
So
if you-
okay,
it
okay,
varies.
okay.
But if you just went with no script, it may have been $3.
Oh,
If you knew a guy that was,
because they know
slanging them
United Healthcare is going to pay for it. They
That's
raise
just
it.
the price.
Because you came there with a United Healthcare insurance card, and it's prescribed by a doctor through United Healthcare, and they're paying for it, even though you pay for it.
So like basically that 27 or whatever the difference is, you can say part of that could be or most of that could be
That's
kickback
their
for the
profit,
doctor.
and then they're gonna at the end of the year they're gonna give the pharmacist a big bonus check.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And like Blue Cross will be a different price.
Yeah,
Like it's yeah. Oh yeah, buddy.
that's why like when you have an insurance company, it only goes to that pharmacy, and that pharmacy.
Yeah.
You know,
All right, two instances. I went to college. I was sick before I went to college one year. And I went to the doctor. Doctor's like, oh, it's just, like a fever, like whatever. But I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, do you want Tylenol? And I was like, what do you mean do I want Tylenol? She's like, I could get you a script. You're in college. I'm asking you
Heavy
get headaches
Tylenol.
when you have exams or some shit. And I'm like free Tylenol? She's like, well, yeah, prescription. Like, I give you a prescription, you go to
500
pharmacy, you get
milligram
like a
Tylenol.
free Tylenol. And I got that script, and it was like 500 pills of Tylenol, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Way too
a
many.
fucking way too many. I'm like, what the fuck do I need this for?
Yeah.
And it said like, oh, you have 2 refills left. And I'm like, How much did she prescribe for this shit?
That's for your whole life. For the next 10 years, you got Tylenol.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, that's just a deal. That sounds like a nice lady.
I actually
she was looking out for you.
I actually did use a lot of it. I was fucking stressed. Nah, but
You can die.
you could die from that shit too.
Nah,
That's
it
what
doesn't take a lot.
You could, if you take like 20 of them shits,
Yeah.
you could literally be like, you gotta get your stomach pumped or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's alcohol, but my point is like, okay. And in another instance, I went to my dermatologist. And this is back when I tried finasteride. Remember I thought I was at the bank losing hair? Mm-hmm. So I tried finasteride for that shit. And it does cause, I don't know if you guys are on it, if you use it.
No. What did I had something for my hair at one point. I
know
think.
some comedians who use it, and they admitted to some ED.
Oh, yeah.
So it causes ED,
Right.
little limp dick. And so
Throw it in the trash immediately.
And when that happened, as a Dominican, can't have that happen.
Right.
I've been
No question.
monkey sex my whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not the
No
whole life,
question.
but when I started. And now it was not working for me. So,
Right.
but here's the thing: when I went into the dermatologist's office, I already looked it up. I already did the finasteride research, right? And I was like, "Hey, I'm losing hair. I tried the other stuff. That's just not working. Let me get finasteride." She's like, "Let me assess your hair real quick." She just touched my hair real quick, walked out, came back 2 minutes later. I'm gonna give you a prescription for finasteride, and she made it sound like it was her idea. I was like, "Yo, I said it.
Yeah.
I just said it."
Yeah.
And then you're coming in here. Is that like part of the the transcript you need to give the pharmacy so you can get your commission? Like, does it have to be your idea?
Yeah, right.
And she's like,
this was all me.
I was like, I like finasteride. She's like, I'm gonna prescribe you finasteride. I asked.
If I had access to this, I would have just bought it myself.
Yeah. First of all, when I say I want finasteride, you should just be like, okay, done.
Right. Yeah. Why do we got to go through this?
Why we got to go through the hoops? Anyway, that's how easy it is.
Yeah. It doesn't take much.
My boys got Adderall doing the same shit.
But as far as like the markup
focus.
thing, you heard about Martin Shkreli back a few years ago. He was the dude
You
that
say a lot of Italian names and expect me to know them.
I don't think he was Italian.
That sounds Martin Shkreli, you know?
Martin Shkreli? That's like I don't know. He's a white guy.
Okay.
He's a real dweeby white guy, which I've grown to hate. We'll talk about it in a little bit.
All dweeby white guys?
Most white people really irritate me.
We can talk about that. We can talk about that.
But listen, before we get to that,
We will get to that.
this dude is a real fucking sinister piece of shit. He got out of jail maybe a couple years ago. He was buying AIDS medication, some of the only AIDS medication on the market, and it was like $5 or something for a pill, and he upped it like 3,000%. And he had the monopoly on it. He was the only one that had it. So for years, he was just making fucking bread.
3,000%.
Yeah. Right. And you know, another fucked up.
Might be more than that actually too, right?
That's
Yeah.
crazy. How much money is that? How much money are we talking?
I mean, I don't know. A bottle of pills.
3,000% on $5 could be like $300.
Yeah.
Yes, probably more than that.
Crazy. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Just marking it up. Like, you got it. You want to have AIDS, buddy? Yeah. There you go.
And he made money on that?
Mad money. And then he went to jail for it.
Obviously. I mean,
Another thing he did, which
No,
is
obviously.
arguably worse, was he bought a Wu-Tang album, an unreleased Wu-Tang album,
Okay.
and he bought the rights to it, and he wouldn't sell it back to the RZA.
What the? How did he do that?
I don't know exactly how it happened. It must have been
How do you buy?
licensing or something might have been up on it, and it was an unreleased Wu-Tang album.
But how do you buy an unreleased Wu-Tang album?
If they don't own the rights, it's just
Yeah.
So Wu-Tang made an
some other
album.
businessman that has the rights.
So Wu-Tang made an album,
Didn't release it.
didn't release it. He found this shit.
Bought it.
From who?
From
Whoever
the
owned it.
company. Yeah.
So like they go in the
Oh, that's
studio,
crazy.
it's whoever is writing the check for them to be in the studio that owns it.
And that person might have been like, yo, I'll sell it to you right now.
It was the same thing that happened with Taylor Swift. That was all up in the news too.
And
And that's why she had like every remake possible to her fucking album.
Mm-hmm.
Like every it's like always a different version, Taylor's version of this shit.
Oh, right.
I'm not gonna lie. Trying to look up her song of hers is a fucking nightmare. Okay, because when someone's like, yo, I like this song, there's like 14 versions of that song, bro.
Yeah.
Now maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I don't know what I'm looking at. But when I see Taylor's version next to Taylor Swift's song, that's like me having like yo, look up Lil Wayne, fucking Uproar, and you're like, oh, which one?
Right.
It's like what? Lil Wayne's version or by Lil Wayne?
Paul McCartney had a similar thing with Michael Jackson, He actually told Michael Jackson years and years and years before what happened was, he's like, buy your masters, like own your catalog, buy your catalog. You got mad money, just buy your catalog and fucking keep it in your family. And then so many years later, Michael Jackson didn't only own his own catalog, but he bought the Beatles catalog as well and was making bread off that. And Paul McCartney was like, what the fuck, bro?
You fucking asshole.
He's like, you douche.
Yo,
Yeah, that's what happened.
you could do this shit?
If you're Michael
America's
Jackson.
a great place, isn't it? Isn't America fucking insane?
You can rob AIDS patients and
We
you
could-
you can rob millionaires too.
We make healthcare heroes look like war criminals.
Yeah,
Right? And I call him a healthcare hero because he's a hero to someone.
in some sense.
He's a hero to someone.
His family's wallet.
His fam, like someone out there is like not getting their shit denied,
Yeah,
and they're looking at him like, "You go."
most people, I think.
Most people are. Getting
Most
their
people
shit
feel
denied.
that way.
The amount of people, because like I work in like a fake. It's not really a fake accounting firm. That makes me sound like a criminal.
Yeah,
But like, it's an accounting.
it's in the back of a laundromat.
It's it's on the side. It's on the side.
It's in a little strip mall.
It's an accounting firm, but like people in that area, they don't know English, or they have trouble with like legal documents and shit.
You could
like
take
that.
advantage of them if you wanted.
And we could, and
Yeah.
I even go as far as to say that we try not to,
Yeah, try.
because like they literally come up to you and they're like, "I will pay anything to get this problem solved,"
Yeah,
and you're like, "But like this is such a small problem that like we feel bad just charging you, period."
Yeah.
But they're like, "No, but you have to take some money." So even taking like a 20 to fill out a piece of paper is like crazy to me. Anyway, people come in with like healthcare denials, legit. A woman would be like, "I'm 67 and they're trying to refuse me like insulin," and we're like, "I don't know how to help you with this."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "So I don't get insulin no more?" I was like, "I don't know that," and they don't even speak English. So I'm over here like, "Yeah, that Luigi dude makes sense.
yeah,
It makes sense. You're giving them letters and not even in the language they're speaking."
right.
And you're like, "Yeah, denied," and you gotta come in here and we gotta translate it. "Oh yeah, you've been denied." And she's like, "What the fuck?"
You have to tell them that.
And we have to tell them, like, "I don't understand the letter." "Oh, it says here that based on your age criteria and this and that and recent work employment, you don't get shit."
So they're coming in thinking it's a financial document,
Yeah.
but they're
Then they
like,
find
they
out-
just need someone to read.
And now they find out they don't got health. Like, they don't have health
man.
insurance. Yeah. And but
Just making you a messenger boy by accident.
yeah. So let me ask you a question because you said it.
What did I say?
Do you consider yourself white? I have
I
conversations
do.
with other people about Italians.
No, I do. But when I say white people, it's those guys that talk like this. Their voices just go right through my fucking head. Like I hear them at the gym and they're like, "Come on, man, another rep. Come on, you gotta push."
Like every syllable is perfect.
It's like, God, you're just pissing me off.
yeah.
They're awkward and weird,
They're awkward and weird.
and it bothers me. It just bothers me. There's no, there's seasoned white people, which I consider myself as.
Yeah,
I know a kid that's whiter than fucking obviously, but all three of us in this room.
in case it wasn't obvious.
This kid is Irish. He's half Irish,
Okay.
and the other half is he's 25% French Canadian.
Well, that's old.
Very white, and then another like no, I'm sorry. He's what would it be? 12% Italian, and the rest French Canadian. Okay, so he's very white on the outside, but when you talk to him, he doesn't sound like Whitey. In my mind, I'm thinking Whitey. He doesn't sound like that.
Okay.
He sounds like a fucking
Thug.
not even a I don't know. He doesn't have
And I'm
that
not trying
weird.
to say thugs are just not white people. That's not what I meant. I'm
He
saying
doesn't.
like he
doesn't-
sounds like there's something there.
Yeah, he doesn't sound bland.
Yeah.
Like I'll even take a hick, like a fucking some dude from Texas.
That sounds way better.
That's way better.
That's I know. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. You're talking about like what I consider Mr. Clean White,
Generic
generic,
white guys
generic, no culture looking motherfuckers.
going to a party and they look at their phone the whole time.
Or they collect Pokemon cards.
Whatever it is.
I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I had a feeling.
These white guys are awesome.
The way Benny looked down when I said that, he was like, man.
Yeah.
Damn, not my Charizard. It's shiny as fuck.
Right.
Okay, two things. One, if I talk about comedy and people's material, I am not actually trying to apply that to the rest of the world based on that person's demographic. So, like, if I see a white comic who's talking about some lame shit, I'm not going to say that all white people talk about lame shit.
Right.
Because that's comedy. That's separate. However, that being said, hearing it is a different process.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, if someone's on stage, here's what I don't like. I don't know if it's because I grew up a certain way, but being self-deprecating was never cool.
Right.
It was
Same
never
thing.
cool.
Yeah, I agree.
It was never cool.
Right.
When you were with your friends, when I was growing up, right, it'd be other Dominicans or black guys or whatever, Ecuadorians, whatever. If you were self-deprecating, they'd check you. They'd be like, "Yo, what is that? That's weird."
That's our job. We're supposed to be.
My
We're
dick
supposed
is
to be.
small.
We're
What
supposed
the
to be clowning on each other.
Yeah, we're supposed to clown. I'm clowning on
Yeah.
you clown on me. But if I clown on you and then you're like, "Yeah, my dick is small," like, we don't want to hang out with you.
Right.
We just feel like we fuck you up. We feel like we traumatized you or some shit, right? Also, the kid who comes to the park, "Hey guys, my dick is." I know I keep using this reference, it's because that's all you guys talk about. But it's like, my dick is small and I collect Pokemon cards and like, no girl wants to fuck me. Ah,
Oh, it's the worst.
it's just like, what do we?
And they won't.
So
You
here's
keep
the thing.
talking like that.
So like, even though comedians do it,
Yeah.
and I know it's for comedy, my brain checks out so fast.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Or when
just
they go
like-
up and they're like, I obviously have depression.
Yeah, that. I'm
It's
just like,
keep it to yourself.
keep it
softy.
to yourself. Swallow it.
Yeah.
Like we did.
Be a fucking
Put it under
man.
the carpet, you know? Your mom.
Yeah.
My little brother told my mom that he was depressed.
Yeah.
Bro,
You better get out of the house.
she treated everyone differently after that.
Yeah.
She was like, she looked at me, she's like, "What did you do to your brother?" I was like, "What?"
Right.
And she said, "Oh, he said he's depressed. You helped him. You made fun of him. You made jokes." I'm like, that's what I do to everyone.
Right.
I'm like, "Oh, no. Anyway, my point is, I'm not trying to call my brother white, but my point is that I just tune out. But here's the thing. So here's how I see we grow up. I think people of color. Can we still say that? I don't know. People.
That's supposed to be the nice thing, right?
right. Whatever. People of color, browns,
Colored
blacks.
people is bad, right?
Colored people is bad.
That's wild.
That shit sounds crazy. Colored people is crazy.
People of color, it doesn't sound great either, though. In
No,
my mind.
but there's no good term for this no more. I think.
Yeah.
What do we? Minorities?
How
Doesn't
about
sound good.
people?
Darkies.
So us darkies, we grew up the way us darkies grew up.
Yeah.
Here's how I see it. We were cool because we had to be cool. We were like, "Yo, stay cool. There's a girl over there. Yo, be cool. Don't. If I make fun of you, make fun of me back. Right? Let's rip each other, but don't ever rip yourself. Have some respect for yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And then when we do comedy, we take that energy, and now it's our chance to be weird. Right? So now we come from cool to be weird.
Right.
Right? But that still comes off a little cool because it comes from weird. Or it comes from cool.
Right.
Right? Now, what I see, unless you're like a seasoned, knowledgeable, cultured white person, what I see is that they grew up being weird and then they're on stage trying to be cool.
Trying to be cool.
And that shit looks weird.
I think when it comes to stand-up, you just got to lean into whatever you are. So
Yeah.
if you're weird, be weird the
Be
whole
weird.
time. If
Yeah.
you're cool, be fucking cool.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
If you're weird, be weird. If you're cool, be cool. However, don't make me feel. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever the hell you want. I'm just talking about taste. We're talking about taste right now too. It's not
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
It's not like I'm telling you what's the right, wrong answer. What the fuck am I? I'm like a newbie, right? But I tune out fast.
Oh, yeah.
And I will tell you this: I'm not the only one.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Am
It's
I
just like
friends?
when I hear the word capitalism in a bit, I'm like, forget it. Forget it. I don't want to hear what comes next. I really don't. I really do not. There's
Capitalism.
nothing. It's like, well, here's the thing about capitalism. I'm like, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. I don't need to.
Whenever I hear girls don't want to fuck me or something,
Yeah, right.
or
Something
like-
along those lines.
or my dick is small,
I haven't gotten laid.
I got an emergency phone call.
Yeah.
It's not cause it's not even like an uncomfort thing. It's just like this is gonna be whack,
Yeah.
and it always is.
It usually is.
And all right, 98%. I guess there's 2% of the time where that shit might work.
Yeah.
But usually, and it's, you know what's funny? It's not even just white people who do that.
No, of course
No,
not.
I'm talking about when anyone does it. It doesn't. You don't have to be white.
Right.
You can be Hispanic. A Dominican with low self-esteem pisses me the fuck off.
Those
It
exist.
pisses me off, dude.
Those
I feel,
are around.
I feel like ass. I feel like what?
I feel like Dominicans have to have the lowest suicide rate.
They have to, bro. And the highest birth rate. They have to.
Yeah. They're
You know what I'm saying?
lively people.
And the highest fatherless rate.
Yeah. The least
like-
amount of fathers.
It's like abandoning your kid gives you a lot of self-esteem. That's what I think.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be.
That could be it.
No, 100%.
That's a good point, though. For a group of people without dads, they do have
A lot of
they have a lot of
It's
self-esteem.
fake, though. Actually, I don't know.
It goes to show you don't need dad. You only need mom.
I don't know.
That's
I
why
think we're
dad
just,
don't get no gifts.
Yeah, I think we're just good at getting attention.
Maybe.
Like, we're loud and we're, like, dancing. And
Yeah,
like,
you're lively.
Ladies find us attractive.
Well, that's the thing. When the whole reason I even mentioned the white people thing is I was at a bar right down the street over here. It's closing.
The
And-
one... Did we get a drink that bar?
No. That's
okay.
that's a pretty white place.
When
This
you
place-
invited me, bro, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was already drinking. It was like what 1 in the afternoon.
I was like, oh, there's a baseball game. I was like,
Yeah, we're gonna have us some brewskis.
Broskies. All right, so the bar over here is closed.
There's a bar that's closing over here, and it's like a reggae Caribbean spot. And
That one's the one that's closing.
yeah.
I hate Brooklyn, bro.
But it was like I'm in there, and everybody's having a good time. Everybody's having a good time, and I'm
course.
looking around, and I'm like, if this was a white club, if this was a predominantly white club or a white party, it's like people are like they're in their cliques, they're in their little thing. It's like
that's how people look.
nobody's
to me.
having a good time.
They're like,
Yeah. Oh, really? Huh.
this is how white people hold their drinks.
Tell me, Tell me about the
They
office.
caress it like this.
Yeah.
They caress their drinks like this. Dominicans out here.
Out here dancing.
Talking.
They're dancing with it.
And it's like, oh, tell me about that one time you were in Spain. You know, like,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe if you guys stop holding, not you guys, but you know, if you guys stop holding your drinks like this and like stop closing the arms,
Right.
you'll find some joy. You know,
It's
open
true.
up,
It's true.
let the world in.
There's a setting for both, obviously.
Write that
Like
down.
you can have a Getty. You can have just a little get together, and that's fine. But if we're at a party, this is supposed to be a party. People are supposed to be drinking, screaming, fucking, having fun, dancing.
You're from Connecticut, right?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. So, what was a party like in Rhode Island? Like when you're growing up? Okay, example. 18, 17. Yo, there's a party down the block, 2 blocks away. Get dressed, put a nice shirt on. Did you ever do that?
It was the partying was, if they weren't house parties, which were pretty tame because we were kids. What I'll refer to is the college parties.
Okay.
And it's a lot of what I'm telling you. It's a lot of white people
Stop.
just
Stop.
hanging off to the
Stop.
drinking, having a
way.
decent time, but like boring.
No way.
Kind of
Stop,
boring.
stop.
And then you'd see, you're like, because the party school that we would hang out around was it's Providence College, and in that area, Providence College is a Catholic college full of white people, full of very rich white people, but it is close to one of the most dangerous projects in the state, known as Chad Brown. So you get a little crossover, and Providence is very Dominican, Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So you get some mix. But if we're talking about family parties as a kid, all night. All night.
Good.
Family parties, you're going all night. There's
You're also
music all
Italian.
night.
You're also Italian.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Italian,
what I'm saying.
That's why that's why I try to explain that to people.
Yeah.
Like Italians are like
They're
you
different.
could call them spicy white, but I don't even think Italians are white. That's my real, because they all have like a little bit of immigrant mentality.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but their parents.
But they have a good time,
They
too.
have a good time. They're
Yeah.
fun.
They don't...
They're fun.
They spend... They
I
don't,
tried dating an Italian girl. She was crazy, but at least she wasn't boring.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Yeah.
commit, but if I did, I would have been for a hell of a ride. I would like
They don't spare expenses on... If they're having an event,
100%.
they're spending money. They
So-
don't give a fuck.
So house party, same shit. No one slept. You had to sleep through loud ass music. The bass was bumping if you wanted to. Kids slept on the coat piles on the bed,
Yeah.
and everyone else was dancing.
Totally.
And then house parties, we had like a lot of red cup parties,
Yeah.
right? And it was like parents didn't know about this. They were out of town, whatever the fuck. Someone slipped up, right? And that shit got crazy real fast.
Yeah.
A lot of dancing, A lot of bachata, merengue, dembow, reggaeton when that show's popping. We had you know what like the Bronx Wine is?
No.
It was like a dance where you kind of like it's like a
like
choreographed grinding.
Okay,
almost,
yeah.
right? And it was pretty fire. And it was lit. We
Yeah,
was having fun. And then I got to college and I went to upstate to Oswego, and I was the only person in there dancing. It was just weird. Mm-hmm. But the crazy part is that like they liked that. Like the girls there were like, I can't believe someone's having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like I was always chilling. I was always dancing. Me and my Puerto Rican boy Alexis, we were roommates. So we grew up here together and shit. And it was just like, yo, we brought Queens to upstate, and then to Buffalo, and then it's like, what the fuck? We're probably running on
Did you
time.
see that? No. A bunch of balloons came out. Do whatever you just did. Do this again.
Fucking.
No, it didn't happen.
Dance.
That's funny.
Dance. Balloons, bitch. Come on. Balloon it up.
Yeah.
Que lo que? Estamos aquí. Hey. Why did it happen? Like, do it again. Fuck.
I have no idea.
We don't know what it was. Sometimes when you do the thumbs up, do the thumbs
Yeah,
up.
do
Go like
thumbs up.
this. Sometimes it pops up. Oh no, huh?
Yeah, it only does it on purpose.
It's rare.
It does thumbs down too.
Interesting.
By the way, this
What's that?
is this a white person thing? Hey,
Of course.
to shoot people-
Wiggling them both.
and we're surprised at the school shooters.
What's up,
This
Charlie?
is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the point. But yeah, y'all just you gotta let loose. I think that's a cool thing though about what I like about comedy and like seeing white comics is that they tend to loosen up when I'm around, but almost like they have no choice. You know, I pull up. I don't do like a shake. I don't like the fist bump. I'm not really a fist bump guy.
Right.
So I come in there and I'm always like, hey, what's going on? And they're always like, oh my God, I've never done this before.
That could also be you too. I mean, you're endearing.
Yeah. I wonder why. I don't.
But anytime a white guy gets dapped up by a black guy,
They feel
it's
good. They feel real good. I see the smile on their face. I'm like, yo,
yeah.
don't take it
They want to
easy.
get better at it.
They're like, I want to get good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I don't. But yeah, spicy white. Spicy white's good.
Spicy white's the way to go.
Just
Just hearing some of them talk on their phones, it just bothers me. I'll just get pissed off, and I'm like, I'm just annoyed. I don't know why. There's no reason. Even if they just stand in the way of
or
something.
even the way they spit game is a little like it
Yeah.
works. I guess because they get girls and stuff. But
Yeah.
like, the way they spit game is just like.
Want to see my tax returns?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I used to buy at the organic flower shop. It's like, what?
Yeah. Want
like
to see the land I own?
Do you want to see how big my land is?
Yeah.
It's like, whip out your dick, bro. This is getting boring.
Yeah, you're on the sideline. Let's see your dick.
Show your cock. That shit, who cares about your house?
Right.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. How you feeling with comedy? You feeling good?
Yeah. It's,
Anything new click in your head?
new like bits or
Nah,
ideas.
just like-
How I
No, just
feel
like
about
maybe
it?
part of your process. Because it's been, 6 months since we talked about, or at least on camera.
Yeah.
Like a process, anything you've like, oh shit, that's something I could try. I'm not trying to give your secrets away to the
No, I don't think I have any secrets when it comes to that.
I was listening to this dude, Ben. I wish I could. I know we're probably like, yeah, we're cooking on time probably, but I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna tell you who this was. This guy sent me a link yesterday. I'm gonna keep talking while I look it up. That way it doesn't seem awkward. You know Ari Shaffir?
Yeah.
So I was watching a podcast about Ari Shaffir. Ari Shaffir was talking about how he's never mad when someone goes up there and says some crazy shit. Like when he sees an open mic or a comedian say something that's crazy, gets the wrong reaction, people leave the room. He's never mad at this stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's trying to keep this thing alive. Trying new shit that could fuck up a whole room
Yeah.
is part of like, okay, let's
That's how
try
you
to
go
take
for
it
it.
there. Right? We have to be able to do that. So I was like really thinking about it. I'm like, yo, I be catching myself where I'm like, yo, this is a crazy thing to talk about. Why is this guy up there talking about that? Mm-hmm. Right? Oh my God, I fucking hate this. It's gonna ruin the room. Look at the women, they're pissed, right? And I used to I'm realizing now it's like that person who went up there and said that shit is trying some shit out.
I think what's most important is to do it the way you want to do it. I don't like when I hear people say things when they make stuff for a specific audience.
It's fair.
Like, I don't like when I hear people say you have to be able to.
Oh yeah,
work
no.
clean,
Yeah, I agree with that.
or you have to have material about this.
You gotta have good crowd work skills, or you should work on do crowd work. That'll blow your shit up. Or
Right. I think there's, and I've mentioned this on a bunch of podcasts, and probably with you too. I think there's a market for everything. Number one. Number two.
Yeah.
The audience doesn't know what they want.
He talked about this Ari Shaffir guy. He was like, he likes when people leave the room, because he knows who stayed.
Yeah.
Right? And those are the people he wants to make laugh. It's like, all right, you don't like my shit? I'm glad you walked out.
Right.
Right?
It's not for you.
Because it's not for you. Right? If he makes some 9/11 joke and like 10 New Yorkers walk out for some odd reason.
You think they'd get it.
No, I honestly, I've never heard of New York, like a 9/11 bit that I wasn't like, I see it.
Yeah.
I've never, like, I think, I don't know if that's being here. I've never heard a 9/11 bit, no matter how bad, and thought I need to leave. Because like, it was never as bad as the actual 9/11.
Right. It's just a joke.
It's just a joke. And even if it's not good, it's like, yeah, okay, buildings didn't fall. All right, relax.
Yeah.
But he was like, he likes when people leave, so he knows who stayed. And in those people, he works with those people. He's like, all right, I want to figure this out for y'all.
Yeah.
And then he accumulates enough of this shit, and those people will keep coming back.
Yeah, you carve an audience for yourself.
You carve an audience, right? And I never thought about that. I literally would always write and like I would always write and perform and see who reacted to it in a positive way. And if it wasn't enough people, I'd kind of mentally scrap the idea. I never say almost scrap that, but I would never really kind of do it again.
Yeah.
And I realized that's really bad, at least for me, because that's like limiting, right? I had this crazy idea. This shit was crazy fucked up. People were like, oh, what the fuck? And I said, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Without saying it. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that again. But really, the reaction, what I should be doing is going, sorry if you don't fuck with it. This is my thought.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, we're already
Too new.
looking for so much validation. We're already monkeys dancing on a stage. You might as well do it the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like, did the audience want punk rock music before it came out?
No, they didn't know.
Nobody had no idea.
No one had a fucking idea.
And then the Ramones came out, or the Sex Pistols came out, and they were screaming and yelling, and everyone's like, this is pretty fucking good. Did we want hip-hop? Nobody even had it. If it doesn't exist yet, then nobody fucking knows, right?
Isn't that what pop music is, by the way? Pop music changes every like decade or so. Because pop music is whatever's popular at the time. That's the term pop.
Right.
Right? We don't know what the fuck's going to be popular in 5 years. But in 5 years, whatever's popular will be considered pop.
Right.
Right?
But then you have like outliers in there, right? Like Kendrick's not pop music, but he's popular. You know?
Hot take?
He's not underground either. He's not like unknown, obviously.
He's not. I will say, hot take, the Damn album felt pretty pop to me.
Well,
hot take.
It was popular.
No, but because you had U2 and Rihanna on that shit. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
All right, this is
Right.
This is venturing into the land of.
Well, that's like country music, right? There's very few raw, like real country music anymore. It's all pop.
Real country music.
It's good.
Fire.
It's good.
It's fire.
It's very good.
Yo, my Dominicans, my people, shit fire.
Yeah.
Yo, like give it a shot. Like you hear soul in that shit.
Yeah, and the stories.
Yeah, you hear
stories
like
are good.
if you ever been cheated on? Listen to a country song.
Yeah.
You ever had you've been
But then you got Morgan Wallen working with Lil Durk, and it's like, this is fun, but it's not country music.
It's not country music.
You know?
It's
a different thing.
Was that Old Town Road? I'm gonna ride.
Or even before that, Nelly and fucking Tim McGraw, over and over again. Like, that shit was popping. But Tim McGraw did that because Nelly was popping.
Miley Cyrus music.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, she's country, so it must be country music.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, it's Hannah Montana.
She said, J's on my feet. J's on my feet.
Party in the USA. That's not country. Yeah.
Right.
It's not. Yeah, I think you're on the money. And I think comedy is a lot like that, where it's like, yo, just do whatever the fuck you want to do. Make it as, I think really the most different, the better.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the funniest is the best.
Okay, the funnier is the best. Look,
I get what
be
you
as
mean.
different as possible.
I get what
as
you mean.
long as it's funny.
Be whatever you are, and whatever you are is if it's different than everyone else, then fuck it, keep doing it. It's
100%.
like my favorite comedian, or one of my favorite comedians, is Bill Hicks, and that guy was as different as you can get. Like that guy's screaming and he's pissed off. He's calling the audience idiots. Like he's fucking angry, and he carved and there was an audience for him. You know, like it's about just being steadfast to whatever your thing is and having confidence in whatever your thing is, you know?
I think that's probably why Kevin Hart gets the most hate.
Because he's for everybody.
And he's not that I don't think he's okay. I don't think he's for everybody because I know people who don't like him.
But you could watch him with your mother.
You can watch him with your mom, but I also don't think there's like a lot of people doing or even did what Kevin Hart kind of did. Like his storytelling is like, it's like you said, for everyone. Everyone can digest what he's saying.
Yeah.
Right? But people are like, oh, it's not even that funny. It's not this. It's like, it's not enough punchlines. The punchlines aren't clever enough. He's just telling stories and acting and overselling. And I'm over here like, he's doing Kevin Hart.
That's his style.
He's doing Kevin Hart. You'd be mad all day.
Right.
He's doing Kevin Hart. It's no one else doing Kevin Hart but Kevin Hart.
That's why it's hard for me as a
writer,
open micer, to critique any
it's hard.
famous
That's
comedian.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
like I might not think he's funny or they're funny, but he's living our dream, you know?
I think you're doing a disservice if you. This is my opinion. I think you're doing a disservice if you're telling other people that a comedian is bad. The reason I think that is because like that person is going to make one person laugh, hopefully, and that one person adds to what we're doing.
Yeah.
That one person who likes that one comic that no one else likes, that one person adds to the whole equation. And then you can scale it up, right? You can go, all right, let's say Alex Cruz only has Dominicans in the Bronx laughing at his shit, right? We're talking about 1,000 people maybe who like comedy in the Bronx. Mm-hmm. Let's say they all like my shit. That's 1,000 more people. That's 1,000 more viewers and eyes on comedy.
Right.
That's beneficial for you and anyone else who does comedy, right? So for me to be like, for anyone to be like Alex Cruz's ass would be true. No. Being white. I'm not just joking. But for anyone to be like, oh, Alex Cruz is no good, stop watching his shit, or you shouldn't watch his shit, it's ass. 1,000 people are going to be like, oh, maybe 500 go, okay, I'll stop watching him. But now they don't want to watch anyone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, never mind. That was weird. Why did I watch that? That disservice to everybody. So, like, I'm going to try New Year's resolution to just listen and be like, hey, good effort. I want to see where that goes.
Unless you're white and
I
boring.
hope that gets better. Unless you're white. Shut the fuck up about your dick. Okay? That's a callback to
Alex, thank you so much for coming on
100%.
on 2-hour notice or whatever.
yeah, whatever. It was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'm a goat like that.
Yeah. Much appreciated.
Yeah,
The person that was
100%.
supposed to be on tonight is never getting invited again.
You flaking motherfucker.
Third time. So
You flaking this is yo, you already know AB and AC link up for the third time.
There you
Go
go.
ahead with my boy Billy. We wrap it up like that.
that's right.
We out.
Give us your
Oh yeah,
give us your Instagram.
I got a new Instagram.
Then you can say we out.
We out. He's like, actually, new Instagram, Cruise of Comedy. Cruise of Comedy.
That's nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's got a nice ring to it.
That's beautiful.
I'll tell you, okay, real quick.
Yeah.
I stole a haha. The last one I had was Alex Cruz haha, and I stole it from another comedian. And for a year and a half, it never felt good. It was like
You
stealing
felt
a
like
bit.
a thief. Yeah.
Yep. So
Gotcha.
I came up with Cruise of Comedy because I saw someone else do it, and I respect them more. Nah, it's original. Cruise of Comedy. Appreciate you guys.
Beautiful. All right, guys. We'll talk to you next week. Peace.